Okay, guys, hello and welcome. So, today I want to talk to you about one of the most important principles in reality transurfing, which is the alternative space. So, when you go to bed at night, your soul flies in this space. It doesn't really matter where the space is located, whether it's in your cup of tea, whether it's above the skies, whether it's somewhere in between. All that matters is the dreams that you see every single night are real. The intuition that you get, the knowledge that gets to people like Nikola Tesla, like Einstein, are true, are real, and it comes from this alternative space, the space of fate. You can call it a book of fate, a place where everything exists simultaneously. So whether it's people in the past, people in the future, things in between, everything exists in this space. Basically, we will delve deeper into how to navigate the alternative space. How can you use this knowledge to create the future you desire? Because if you believe that your fate is predestined, that means you are not aware of these possibilities. So the alternative space is basically a possibility. It's the knowledge that your lifeline, that your fate can have millions of, like, you can have a million different lifestyles. You can have simultaneously millions of versions of you exist already in this alternative space, and so you can just choose which version of you would want to embody and live as. So it's not you who are experiencing, let's say, for example, if you are poor, for example, it's not you who is poor, it's the version of you that is poor. There is a different version of you that is rich. It's totally different, right? And to get to that version of you, there is a transfer chain. So basically, in other words, navigating the alternative space for desired outcome. What does it mean? Imagine you have a whole universe for you, a whole universe of you, right? There are, let's say, there is red lines, which is bad life, anger, revenge, hate. And then let's say you ascend to the chakra colors, right? Similar like chakra colors, but it's two different stuff. So let's say a lifeline, which is, for example, purple color, is the lifeline where you are, in bliss, where you have everything you want, where there is no problems, you have fortuitous circumstances, you have good luck, and everything is happening as you want it to happen, or even better. So how to navigate to it? So imagine yourself as an energy, right? So imagine you are flying in space, right? And there are hundreds of worlds, right? There is a lifeline, there is a version of you that suffers, and then there is a version of you that experiences good luck and everything in between. So by thoughts, you illuminate, it's like a torch, right? You are illuminating the version of you that you want to embody, or you want is the version of you that you want to come true. So by your thoughts and intention, you are illuminating it, right? And it happens in this world and in this reality. So if you don't think about, let's say there are millions of things that you would like to avoid, but you don't think about them, they don't end up happening because you don't give them power, you don't give them your energy, you don't give them light to appear in your reality. Same thing goes with your desired version of yourself or your dream life, right? So the more you focus on that version of you, the more you see and look to that lifeline, to that amazing and fortuitous life, the more you illuminate that space, and the more that space comes to reality. Okay, so I hope you got a little notion of what the alternative space is. The next thing is shifting between lifelines. So as I mentioned before, As you can see here, imagine your lifeline can be a different color. This is not a standard. This is just my, my perception of things, or I would say a preliminary description of how alternative space lifelines could be, right? Just one version of them. So imagine you have this red lifeline, right? A red lifeline has bad luck, it has this hate, it has this anger, all this negativity, victimhood, drama. You're aware of that and you want to change to a different lifeline where things happen. When you want to change to a lifeline that is better, that is fortuitous. You don't have you don't have bad luck. You don't have unfortunate circumstances. Then you can navigate and change the color of your lifeline and move from that space that you are in right now. So energy alignment, your energy matches reality. Effortless transition, shift to favorable lifelines and flow with the current. So yeah, you can change the direct course of your lifeline by navigating and by understanding that there is millions of versions of you, millions of lifelines and stories that you had or will have. You can just choose it and transform that reality into your current reality. So the next thing that we have to talk about is the alternatives flow. If you have a goal in mind, right? If you want to achieve something, try to ask yourself what will be the simplest way to achieve it. Imagine that this is you and there is hundreds of ways that you can achieve this goal. Right? For example, if you want to buy a car, there is hundreds of ways that you can do it. You can take a loan, you can work hard, save and get that money. You can, let's say, for example, steal that car. You can stop people in the street and you can have hundreds of ways to achieving that goal. The thing that you have to do is ask yourself what is the best and the simplest way that you can achieve your goal without spending too much energy. Why? Because too often our brains we have a specific scenario in our head on how to achieve something. For example, I made this mistake earlier. I was working so hard on Amazon. I was thinking that it is the only way to get rich. It is the only way to get good money, good fortune. And I was really only focused on Amazon. I blocked all other opportunities. Maybe, I got signs and hints that, hey, there is this kind of business, there is this kind of business. But I ignored all the signs. I ignored all the simple ways. I was dedicated to make Amazon come true. What ended up happening is I got a lot of experience, and I'm really grateful for this experience, as we all learn from our experience from this life. But the thing I want to tell you is, if I actually asked myself, my objective was to earn, and if I just went by the easiest route, I would have gotten there earlier. So the easiest route is, you can ask yourself, what would be the easiest route, right? Maybe you would have this goal in your head and you would see signs coming up to you. You would see videos on YouTube. You would see people coming up to you, right? Or you would have the simplest idea, like, how can I solve this problem in the easiest way? So you see this direct line? So without spending too much energy. You can't spend too much energy and go the way you think, and go by the scenario of your brain and your mind, but after what cost, right? You may get there, but you would have spent a lot of energy. And so the next thing that comes to mind is flowing with the current, right? So the path of least resistance. Like, if you are, imagine you are swimming, or you are basically having fun in this river. And so you see these milestones, you see these different colors of stuff. So you have this goal. What will be the easiest goal, right? You are flowing with the river. You just grab this. You just, you take this goal, take this opportunity, do this, do that. You don't try to go against the current just to go to the other side and pick something, and then, fighting with this whole strong current, basically, right? So I hope you got the idea. Whenever you want to achieve something, just think of the simplest way to get to the goal, to your objective. Don't be rigid with your perception of